Hey there, welcome to the Moon Manifesting Podcast. It's me, Kyra. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a bit of a trip down memory lane as I share with you the things that I wish I knew back when I first started out running a business. So I have about 13 years experience as an entrepreneur. I have kind of never really had a job outside of working from home. I had a few jobs earlier on, and then I dived into entrepreneurship quite young into adulthood. So I have a lot of experience with running different businesses, and there are some things that I wish I knew back then, things that I know now that I had absolutely no idea about. So if you are about to start a business, or you're just looking for some guidance with your business because you're like maybe looking to up level, then this episode is for you. So before I dive into these things that I wish I knew when I first started out, I'm going to invite you to my Soul Aligned Biz Mastermind. This starts on the 26th of September. We are kicking things off with our group coaching program by diving into an exploration of who you are. We go like deep into astrology to find out exactly the work that you're meant to be doing in this lifetime. We work on your branding according to your astrological chart. We look at who your soulmate clients are. We look at ways to market your business. And that's something I'm going to be talking about shortly in this episode too. We look at all these different aspects of your business, creating soul-aligned offerings, creating a sales funnel. I was going to say soul funnel. A sales funnel. We look at all these different aspects that will help you either start your business if you're just starting out with a brand new idea, or if you already have an existing business. All the things you learn in this business mastermind will help you up level your business. There is a lot of astrology involved in the Soul Aligned Business Mastermind. So do come in with an open mind, but you do not need to be an astrologer at all to participate. This mastermind is perfect if you're a healer, if you're some sort of intuitive, a medium, or a reader. Maybe you're a creative and you sell things on Etsy or your own store. It's really suitable for any sort of entrepreneur where you're running your own business and really being guided by your heart and soul. So if that sounds like you, be sure to click the link in the show notes and check out the Soul Aligned Biz Mastermind. So let's dive into those things that I wish I knew when I first started my business. I really hope that this episode is helpful to those of you who are just about to start out because it's such a learning curve. I wasted so much time doing stuff that really wasn't important. So my first tip is dive in to your business with a success mindset. I've had a recent conversation. With someone, and she's going to know as soon as she listens to this exactly who she is. And we're talking about like starting out your business, and do you start off? Do you create your own bank account? Do you register for GST? Like here in Australia, that's a type of tax. So if you're in other parts of the world, you may have a similar sort of tax that is kind of like optional to register if you're not meeting a certain income level. So yeah, here in Australia, generally if you're earning under $75,000, and you may want to fact check this, don't take my word for it, but yeah, under $75,000, you don't have to register for GST. So anyway, yeah, we're talking about like this sort of thing. And I've always, whenever I've started up a business, I've just, registered for GST, even though I didn't have to, especially at the start when you're not making that much money. And I've, created my own business bank account because I have wanted to enter that business with a success mindset, with that mindset that my business will grow, that soon I will be at that level where I do have to pay GST, where I will be, turning over enough money that I'm going to need that separate bank account to keep all my finances separate and all that sort of thing. So I guess, like, yeah, what my point is here is if you're starting a business, don't go in with it with that kind of thought in the back of your mind that it's going to fail, that you're not going to make enough money to have to pay tax or anything like that. If you're going into it with that sort of mindset, then you're already setting yourself up to fail or to, hold yourself back from fully succeeding. It can really like create a money block there, because we can have this underlying fear about having to pay tax, and it's a real thing, where we have this fear, and so we will hold ourselves back from making too much money so we don't have to pay tax. This is absolutely a real thing. I'm talking from my first-hand experience here. This is a real money block that I have been working with. So jumping into your business with a success mindset, starting it off on the right foot, doing everything right. Like, go see your accountant. Do everything that you need to do so that it's set up right and you're setting yourself up for success, whether that's financial success or, just whatever it is that's really going to help fuel your business. If you maybe need a license to practice whatever it is that you're doing, or you need some sort of qualification or whatever it is, go into it with that idea that you're going to succeed. Like, tell yourself, like, this is all going to work out. Don't put off those different things, like setting up a bank account, registering for GST or whatever it is. Don't put those things off because you think you're not going to succeed. So point number 1, enter into it with a success mindset. The second thing that I wish I knew when I first started out with my various businesses was that it doesn't have to be your forever thing. So I'm a Gemini sun, so you can kind of imagine my brain is just like crazy. I have all these different ideas, and this is probably why I have jumped through so many businesses throughout my kind of short entrepreneur experience. So it doesn't have to be your forever thing. Sometimes we're afraid to start something because we think, oh no, I'm going to have to talk about this forever. I'm going to have to do this thing forever. And you really don't. And it's really not going to matter if, you jump in and you try a business idea for a while and then you figure out, this isn't working. It's okay to, close that up and try something else. It doesn't mean that you're giving up. It just means that you're trying something, you're following your passion, and then, your passion might change as you realize, you're not really making a profit from this thing or whatever it might be, or maybe you don't actually love that thing. So it's kind of like, when I first started out as an entrepreneur and I was making these modern cloth nappies, this was about 13 years ago, and I did that for a few years, and I kind of felt like this is my thing. I'm a cloth nappy maker. I'm going to do this forever. I'm going to be this famous cloth nappy maker. Big W and Kmart and everywhere is going to stock my nappies. It's going to become a household brand name. And, totally never got that far. But I really kind of went into it and thought, this is going to be my forever thing. And after a few years, my firstborn son, he, grew a bit older, got toilet trained, stopped wearing nappies, and there was a gap there between my first and my second child. So there was a period there where I wasn't even using cloth nappies. And so, kind of naturally, this period in my life, I wasn't as passionate about using cloth nappies because I wasn't using them. I didn't have a baby that needed cloth nappies. So I really kind of felt stuck, I've still got to make these nappies, and, people are still expecting me to do this. And I really kept myself stuck in that business for a long time before I realized I can give myself permission to close that up and follow my passions to something new. And that's exactly what I did. I then became a vegan food blogger. So it doesn't have to be your forever thing. Don't feel like you have to commit to something for the rest of your life. When I was writing my book, Moon Manifesting, I was kind of like I was procrastinating over starting that book because it's like, what's the thing that I'm going to really want to talk about all day, every day, that I'm so passionate about that I actually want to write a whole book And being a Gemini sun, writing like a full book was, a bit harder than just writing like little social media posts, right? Like there's a lot of work involved. But I thought, it doesn't have to be my forever thing. I can write this now because I am feeling so passionate about moon manifesting, and this can be my thing for right now. And it doesn't matter if next year, I decide to, I don't know, become a tradie or whatever. Like it doesn't matter. Like this is my thing for right now. So it doesn't have to be your forever thing. It can just be your thing that you're passionate about right now. And if you change your mind in the future, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Everything serves a purpose. So with saying that, my next point, the thing that I wish I knew when I first started my business was be consistent. And I kind of already knew this. I am really consistent. But this is something that I do see with other business owners, and I do see this with some of the things I have started as well, is that if you're going to start a business and you really want to get the most out of this, be consistent. Don't just kind of like start something and then kind of creep back out thinking, oh no, this isn't right. Like, you might get caught up with imposter syndrome, or you might, have some anxiety about, doing something new or whatever it is. If you're holding yourself back from showing up consistently in your business, so, maybe you have a physical storefront where you open the doors every day. If you're not there to open up your business every day, you're not going to be getting customers. It's the same thing with like, making different offerings in your business, or, having space open for your services or selling products. Like whatever it is, just show up and be consistent with it. If you're not showing up and being consistent, that can really cause delays. When you just keep showing up and being consistent, it's the one thing that will keep driving you forward. It's like, creating these like daily habits for success, whether that's, related to your business or whatever, like whatever goal it is that you have. If you just keep chipping away at it day by day, you're going to make progress. So it's the same thing with your business. If you just keep showing up, it doesn't have to be every day. It could be like 5 days a week, whatever. But if you just keep showing up, it will help. It will help you get that traction that you need in your business to make more money, sell more products, get more clients, whatever it is that your goal is there. So my last thing that I really, really wish I knew when I started my business, and this is even something that's really probably taken me about 10 years to figure out, surprisingly, is that we can get so caught up on tasks that are really unimportant to the overall picture of our business. We can waste so much time doing things that aren't really going to have a good impact on our business, or like, a worthwhile impact. A really good example of this was, back again when I started my first business, my practice business, my modern cloth nappies. At the time, I was also learning about SEO, search engine optimization. So I had created my own website for my modern cloth nappies, and I really wanted to get onto the first page of Google when someone searched modern cloth nappies or cloth nappies Australia, or, I had a few different keywords. I was like, really right into this. And I would spend probably hours each day, and this went on for weeks and weeks. I would spend hours each day working on optimizing my site for SEO, for, getting that visibility on Google. I don't think I ever did really reach page 1 on Google for those keywords I really wanted. Some keywords, yes, but it didn't really make an overall difference. And I wasted so much time on that. Another example is wasting time on social media. Oh my goodness. Cannot tell you how much time I've wasted on social media when I kind of thought, this is my job. I need to show up on social media every day. I need to post about this. I need to do this. I need to show up in my stories. I need to make a reel. And yeah, it like, and this seriously, like, it's a time waster. It really is when we're stuck on social media, whether that's Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or wherever it is that you're hanging out, Pinterest. Sometimes we can get really stuck into thinking that these little things that we're doing for our business are so important and that we've got to do it. Whereas the reality is, if we didn't do those things, would it really make an impact? Would it, not really affect our sales? Would it not really affect, how you're making money in your business? Because that's really what it comes down to. When you're running a business, you're in it for pretty much one reason. Well, a few different reasons. In one kind of nice and tidy sentence, you're in a business to make money by doing what you love. So if you're, doing things that really aren't contributing to that, if they're not contributing to sales, and it's not something that you're really passionate about either, like it's not the work that you really love doing, then consider if you actually need to do that. So really going into both SEO and social media kind of fall into this category. But what I've realized, and this is like a really kind of more recent revelation as I was assessing the different things I was doing in my business, it's really like you can break down the things that you're doing in your business into two categories. Okay, we've got marketing. So that's where social media, SEO, all the other marketing methods that you might be using. So that could be like Facebook ads. It could be podcasts. It could be being a guest on other people's podcasts. Marketing could be, buying an ad in the newspaper or putting an ad somewhere else. Different marketing activities fit in this category. So we have, those two categories, marketing and content creation. And that's it. Like if there's other things that you're doing that aren't really falling into those categories, really assess why you're doing it. Marketing and content creation, like you can really break those down into different categories, but really it comes down to the basics of those two elements. So don't waste your time on unimportant tasks, and really assessing are you putting too much effort into marketing but not much effort into that content creation? Or maybe it's vice versa. You're working so hard, making stuff, but it's not selling. Maybe you need to take some of that time and energy from that content creation into marketing and really being strategic there with marketing. So I guess that kind of brings this episode to a conclusion. I hope that those tips were really helpful, whether you are just starting out your business or you're looking to grow your business. Enter in with a success mindset, or even just reframing your mindset now, thinking, okay, what are the things I need to do to show the universe that I'm serious? So whether that's registering it for GST or whatever the tax is in your area, creating your own business bank account, entering it in with that success mindset and believing that your business has that potential to be financially successful. Remembering that it doesn't have to be your forever thing. And remember to show up and be consistent with whatever it is that you're doing in your business. Be consistent with your offerings. Don't just try something and then give up because it didn't sell. Have it around for a while. I guess I kind of didn't really say this when I was talking about consistency before, but you can launch something and sometimes you can be tempted to really scrap it because you didn't get any sales at first. A really good example of this is Denise DT. She started her money boot camp quite a number of years ago now. I can't remember if it was 8 years ago or something like that. When she started off, it wasn't huge. She had a good number of people join at first. But that is her main offering. And so she has been so consistent with her money boot camp over these past 8 years or however long it's been. And she now has over 8,000 people in this program. And because she has been consistent, it's so this is this is a lesson I've really learned from Denise DT. If you haven't heard of her, go check her out, Denise DT. She is super inspirational. But yeah, consistency. When you're consistent, it's really going to help you in your business. Don't chop and change your offerings all the time. Give something a try for, a good time, at least a few months. If not longer, like a year before you decide, okay, I'm going to pull the plug on this offering because it's not working. Don't waste time on unimportant tasks. Assessing, if the things that you're doing are actually really going to have a big impact on your business. Whew. I hope that was all super helpful. And remember that if you do want some more guidance with your business, I'm totally here for you guys. The Soul Line Business Mastermind is starting really soon on the 26th of September. So if you do want to secure your place, be sure to check out that link in the show notes, because I'm going to be guiding an amazing group of soulpreneurs through the 6-month journey, and there is still space for you too. So be sure to come and join us if you're looking to grow your business to the next level in alignment with your soul's purpose. So thanks so much for tuning in today. Be sure to subscribe, like, or maybe even leave a review. Reviews make me so happy every time I check the reviews. It's like, oh, people love my podcast. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who has left a review. And if you haven't, maybe it's time. All right. Thank you guys. I will catch up with you next week on the next episode of the Moon Manifesting Podcast. Bye.